New breed, global truth.
Hey, somebody tell those hackers, he vuelto, perras. I'm back, bitches. And don't ever think I'm gonna go down without a fight. But I promised you guys in my last video, I'm still working, I'm still building no matter what. And thank all of you, I am so humbled to have the whole world's support. And I want to let you guys know that when some force is fighting me, you're not just fighting an individual, you are fighting the whole world and you are fighting the source, because this is not mine. This was bestowed upon me by the Most High. And I am just a vessel for the collective consciousness, so no amount of nefariousness can triumph somebody who walks in righteousness and faith. You see, these hackers, they got into my iCloud, and they were able to basically remotely watch and view my entire phone. I figured out they were in my phone, kicked them out, and they had no more access to my phone, but they still had access to my Instagram somehow. My best guess is that these hackers were using some type of session token because they cloned my iCloud that was having the session tokens connected to my Instagram account. But to be honest, my best guess is yours. So you know what? I know you hackers are watching this right now, so how about you let the world know what you did? And while you're at it, you can also let the world know how all three of my microwave irradiated nuts taste in your mouth. They posted my driver's license 3 days back to back in front of millions of people. And no matter how many times I get in the account, delete the license picture, and then change the password, change two-factor, everything, they get back in. And I started to realize, wait a minute, these people have been studying me for 6 months. They have some type of back-end way to get into my account, and they know I'm the type of person to want to share with the world what's going on, keep you guys in the loop, and they're using that against me. So I said, you know what? They're not going to put me in a chess move. I'm going to do the opposite of what they are expecting. I'm going to break their plans by going silent. Since these hackers were exploiting past session tokens associated with my old iCloud they had a control over, the only person that could help me was Meta. My cybersecurity team couldn't. I couldn't help myself. We all know Meta is really slow. I reached out to them, look at these screenshots. They said, okay, this is a specialized case. You may have to wait 24 hours up to 2 weeks. It took 3 weeks, okay? I kept spamming them. Meta, please, Meta. Why? What is taking so long? And the breaking point was when I made international news for literally saying and doing nothing, because it freaks people out that much. I love you guys so much for all your concern, but that made me say, Meta, look, guys, even if your review is not done, please just let me log back into the account so I can calm down people. And Meta said, okay, we will, but we'll watch. So I made this vague post to my Instagram account yesterday that looks like a hacker on purpose, because the whole world wouldn't know if it was me or a hacker and be on edge, just in case the hackers could get back in and post something crazy. But the hackers knew I made that post, and they would try to get in the account again, which they did. They fell for the bait. Look how many times they tried to get it right back into my account minutes after posting it. But this time, Meta was watching. Meta now knows who these people are, and they're still doing the review, and we're going to get them busted.
What's going on, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. It seems that Julian Brown is a victim of gangstalking. That's right. Organized mobbing is what I'm speaking about. All because Mr. Julian Brown has invented a machine that turns plastic into real diesel fuel. And for those who haven't been in the loop, this young man was missing. He was gone for quite some time. I believe he was gone for over 72 hours. He was pretty much laying low. And it was because his life was being threatened. There's all kind of Instagram posts where he's saying, listen, he's being chased. He's being attacked. You know, he's pretty much being watched. And he explains this odd anomaly that goes on where they clone your SIM card. You know, they hack your social medias. You know, they get on your platforms. They post personal information to put your life in danger. And that's what they do. And see, it's all part of gang stalking. And, you know, for those who are unaware what gang stalking is, some of you all may be new to that terminology. So allow me to break it down. Gang stalking is pretty much a demonic, coordinated assault on a chosen individual. That's those who carry the light, those who speak truth, or those who have a divine purpose, including a whistleblower, someone who has a patent, some type of invention can fall into that category. And it's not just physical surveillance, it's spiritual war, waged through manipulation, isolation, intimidation, and psychological torment. And they have a whole recruiting process where they will get your neighbors, co-workers, strangers, many of whom don't even know they're being used a lot of the time. They got TV shows based on this, like The Watchers. There's a show called The Watchers. And really they're being puppeteered by dark forces. You know why? Because they can't stand progress. They can't stand progression. And this stuff really goes on. And anybody who is trying to do something great in this here life, more often than not, has to face some type of persecution. And this is not to be mistaken with mental health issues that some people may deal with. Because I've seen it all. I've seen content creators take advantage of people's mental health, you know, and people who really seriously need medical attention. We're not talking about those individuals who really are dealing with schizophrenia. No, I'm talking about there is a network of individuals. A lot of the times they come through these agencies and they watch a targeted individual. And I truly believe that this young man is targeted because he has something innovative. He has something that can change the world. Now, I want you to hear some of what the young man had to say on his channel, on his Instagram. Allow me to pull that up for a moment. I thought I had it up, but as I gather this, if y'all can do me a solid and just hit the like button. All right, boom, got that page there. And he's posted a lot. He said a lot. He's made it to the news not too long ago. And some of his posts are kind of alarming because these are things that some of us who've experienced the program have actually experienced. He talks about the helicopters. Now, I want to go there for a moment because for those who are wondering, yes, gang stalking is very real, but you have to be a person of interest for them to watch you. You have to be someone who is doing something that is very rare, right? Peep this.
I don't know what's going on. This is the third time this helicopter's been here. Look, it has a spotlight on it. There's a helicopter with a spotlight that keeps circling around me. It's so loud though, like I can't even go to sleep. Alright, so for those of you who have not seen my stories on Instagram, 2 nights ago I was sleeping in Alabama where I work with my reactor, and there was a helicopter that flew really low and had a spotlight at 10 o'clock at night. Flew over me, shined the spotlight right into my windshield, then flew away, came back, did it again, came back, did it again, came back, and did it again. It came 5 times, and this helicopter was flying so low I could feel the blades in my body. And I was recording it and posting it to my story, right?
And he was posting this as it was happening, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what they do because it's psychological warfare. It is an intimidation tactic. That's why I like that the young man said, look, no matter what forces of darkness come against the Most High's people, it cannot stop you, right? We all are born with a purpose. But he has been documenting a lot of his targeting. And I think, and he has a pretty decent following, and I think we can use this as an opportunity to draw some awareness to the program, because there is a surveillance program that has been done illegally on the American citizens ever since the Patriot Act. There's been illegal wiretapping, espionage, spying done on American citizens, and it's very much real. And we need to really talk about this more because this is a young genius. This is one of our people, FBA brother. He's only 21 years old. And he's doing great things. And you would think, right? You would think that the world would applaud his efforts because it seems like he's trying to save the planet, right? We hear all of this talk about how the planet is dealing with, global warming and all these issues. But it seems that you have this young man right here who's trying to help, and he's being targeted. Why would a young black inventor trying to solve the global pollution crisis suddenly claim he's being followed and watched and possibly hunted? I don't believe this is science fiction. It's happening right now, right? Why would he claim this unless there's some truth to it, some relevance to this? You know?
Everybody know what was going on. I was ready to leave. If it had done it a sixth time, I would have been gone. Let me tell you why this gets freaky and starts to get scary now. Outside of how scary it is to have a helicopter circle you 6 times in the middle of the country where there's almost, like, I've been there for a year, never seen a single helicopter out there. So to have a helicopter out there at night with a spotlight circle me 5 times is already freaky enough. But many of you suggested I get Flight Radar 24. I'm a gold member. I got it. I listened, okay? Because you can go back in time. You can select categories to figure out what type of.
And see, that is a very good tool that he's using because he can see that is not normal to have those helicopters taking that course randomly in the middle of nowhere in rapid succession. It's not normal at all.
Plane you're looking for, right? Like if I wanted to do just helicopter, I could do all the filters, but then I can go back in time too to see. I can go directly back to the date and the time at which this happened. So right now I have it filtered for helicopters, and right now as I'm filming this, these are every single helicopter that's flying in the world right now, everywhere. This app is pretty cool. And I gotta say, if you guys are watching Flight Radar, you can sponsor me because I actually really like this. I can't show you guys my screen because you'll know my location if I do that. But here's the scary part. I went back in time. I went hours before the helicopter ever showed up and just sat there looking at the screen. And guess what, guys? No helicopter ever showed up on Flight 24. But I have it on video. There was
How many of you all have experienced this? The helicopter constantly flying over the house, the phone, constantly overheating, you hearing the clicks on the phone. These things are very much real. It doesn't happen to everyone, but there may be a select few who have actually witnessed this. Perhaps you got some. Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna read the chat. Failure to fighter thinks. Oh, he's been a member for 7 months. Says to add to the surveillance. Apparently, on August 13th, the YouTube AI is going to require your ID to watch certain videos if it suspects you're under 18. Very interesting. Yeah, this stuff is very much real. All right, very much real. Now, let's continue.
The helicopter there, but why was that helicopter not there? I wish I could show you. I can't give away my location, and I know it's the exact time because Instagram has the time when I posted it archived. So I have the exact date, the exact time, I have the exact location, and yet Flight 24 is telling me there was no helicopter in the sky. So, and there were some other things I didn't say to you. There were some points where the whole sky was lighting up like a flash.
So that's interesting. He used the radar and he has video proof that the helicopter was there, but the radar didn't even pick up this helicopter, which means it's more than likely a private group watching the young man to see what he got going on, gathering intel and data. This is what these people do. Now, why would they want to do this to a person who is, doing something that could be beneficial to the planet? I mean, Julian Brown creates this machine that turns plastic into fuel. But what happened really is he just stepped in a territory that threatens billion-dollar industries. And that's what it's really about. He's stepping on toes. We in 2025 and everything is still fuel operated. Everything is still fuel operated. That's crazy. He's stepping on billionaires' toes because he has this machine right in his backyard. He has this machine in his backyard. The guy is doing something that can really ruin some people's money. Seriously.
Then I saw some stars in the sky that were moving. Oh, it's just a bloody shooting star, a comet. No, these stars weren't moving like shooting stars. They were moving like up and then just disappeared. So I don't know what I saw, and they were very high up. They were not. They were. This is not a drone. This was a star that was moving and disappearing.
Very.
Look, spotlight right at me.
Hold on.
I don't know what's going on. This is the third time this.
And then, of course, the other day, the brother was missing for a while. When actuality, he was just kind of laying low. And I'm just give y'all an example of what he built here, and see as he speaks on it.
El Mundo. Greetings, everybody. Excuse me. I'm just having this Mandarin here. Make sure you stay hydrated. You know, it's hot out here. Listen, I'm back. It's really me. I came back, and look what nature left me. Beautiful gift. A vacant but beautiful bird's nest built inside of my electronics box on my reactor. The birds, they love this place. But guys, I just want to thank you all so much. Seriously. I thank you all for all your support. I can't tell you how humbled I was. And honestly, like, when all those news articles and stuff came out, I was just like, dude, like, you know, of course I'm doing work and stuff, but I'm like, man, like, I'm not more important than any other person. It's like, do I even deserve this, you know? But
well, you know, he deserves the support from his people, but you know, some words of wisdom and words of advice would be to make sure you insulate yourself with trusted people. Now, the young brother already got security, which is very important because he's gonna need it. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gonna need it. We glad the young brother is okay. He has to go get his patents. He has to go get his protection. And you know, there's a reason why the Most High blessed him with a big platform. There's a reason why. And you know, I could tell y'all right now, this would step on the toes of a lot of corporations. You know, this guy right here, you know, he's basically he has this method where he breaks down plastic waste, he converts it to clean fuel using a method called microwave pyrolysis. And guess what? He ain't backed by no corporations. He wasn't funded by no politicians. This young man did it in his backyard, y'all. He did it in his backyard. That's the mark of somebody who's chosen to do good things. Let's see. Broken Matrix is in his chat. He says there's a lot of people who would sell out or come on money or come to the money is the root of evil. If they put 2 million bounty on this man's head or $5 million on this man, people are definitely think about it. Exactly. That is true. And that's why they kept trying to leak his ID card, leak his location. That's what they do. These are the people who hire hitmen. You know, it's only by the grace of the Most High, people like this brother is okay. Y'all remember like 2 years ago, there was an inventor, another brother, black man. He invented a machine that turned air into clean drinking water. And he happened to be killed in a mass shooting in a Tops grocery store. How many of y'all remember that? because they will even set it up so there will be casualties just to hide the fact that they put a hit out. Yeah, y'all remember that? It was a mass shooting. They tried to make it look like it was just a random act of racism or a random act of violence. But really they were after someone. That's how they do the target. They don't even mind getting casualties when it comes to a target. Yeah. Yeah, he made the car run off water. And he was also able to make drinking water out of air. Real talk. So the program is very insidious, right?
I'm just so grateful nonetheless. And you know, it just shows the resilience of all of us. We all have to remember that what I'm doing is not something that I'm doing, right? This machine is not mine. I did not come up with this. I have been bestowed upon a journey, and I am the vessel of everybody's faith and all of our frustrations with the world being in a state of waste and a state of people not having the power. And I'm here to change things like that.
And see, and you know, he's very humble in this situation, and that's it's time for this. And you know, as much as people talk so bad about FBAs, Foundational Black Americans, right? You know, we are the shift. We are the change. And the fact that the Most High is using his brother to do something that is innovative, that should be applauded. Because listen, if Julian's invention goes public and decentralized, that's the end of all the oil barons. That's the collapse of all the toxic landfills. That's freedom from the system that profits off destruction. But you know what the book of John say, John 3:19, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. They rather be in the dark. They rather have the world in pollution and chaos and toxic waste and, you know, have all this fog and smug and filth in the air than allow this invention to be, you know, popularized. It's 2025. These type of changes need to be made. You know, I'm wondering if this brother is on some type of private land. You know what I'm saying? That would be beneficial if he's on some type of sacred land. You know, that would be great. But anyway, let's go.
But what I want to show you guys quickly on live stream, now that you know I'm real and I'm here, I want to show you that I was still working on the machine. Despite all the crazy stuff going on, I promised you guys in that last video, I said, I'm going to keep working no matter what. And I did. So first off, I, of course, as you see, got the continuous feed chamber, put on supports. You know, this is where we left off last time when I was in the middle of this. And then I got all of the bolts torqued down, 7/8 of an inch bolts. Humongous bolts. Honestly, like when I got these bolts, I'd never seen bolts this size before. Humongous, right? You know, you guys are saying I'm a clone. Well, hey, I guess you're just going to have to see when I get this machine running, because I don't think a clone could get this thing up and running while it's still in the middle of construction. So I got the blades in there, and I have my little control panel here. Let's turn them on. All right. So look. Oh, shoot. Hold up. A little bit frictiony, you know, not the smoothest thing ever, but look at that. All right, so that's a huge thing of progress right there, a huge feat. And then, what else did I do? Yes, these valves over here. Well, of course, I also did the plumbing, as you see, all this plumbing up here for the vacuum feed ports, right? And then these valves have been wired in. So these valves open and close, right? And I can do it through the computer. You said, what's today's date? Isn't it? It's the 31st of July, isn't it? All right. So look, for example, let me turn this one on, right? And look. So this is moving. We can look inside here. And you see that? The valve is opening. Slow, but it's working. It's opening. All right.
So it looks like he has a filtering system here. And, look, this guy is only 21 years old. This man built this. He has all kind of valves and pumps to pretty much filter out what he needs to do. And what it seems like he's doing is he's found a way to extract any soluble or saline materials, meaning like any water materials that may be in a plastic. He has to remove that in order to turn it into fuel, because y'all know oil and water don't mix. So he's found a way to pretty much turn plastic into fuel. Now, he has to be able to extrapolate different chemical compounds to do that. And this have not been done. You know what I'm saying? So, the brother is extremely intelligent, because they have examples where it worked. It worked. And now he's saying that he's pretty much being watched. You know what I'm saying? See, what Julian isn't facing isn't just some political stuff. This is spiritual, man. We in spiritual war. I always tell y'all that. See, the moment when you become a vessel for truth, no matter what it is, darkness will take notice. For real. The elites operate in the shadows, and they use fear, isolation, they use surveillance. Why? To break chosen individuals. The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12 says, "Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not of our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings." That's what they do. They saying, look, he is not for our turn. His ways are different. You know what? This can take us out of business. This can change how we make our money. Let us lie in wait. That's gangstalking. That let us lie in wait. That means they're being watchful. And so I hope the brother is, insulated with some real ones, man, that's around him, giving him the game. Julian's story is a warning, but it's also a wake-up call. They target the light because it exposes all their evil and schemes, man. You stand for the truth, you already a target. But you're not alone, man. You're not alone. You're definitely not alone in this. There's a lot of brothers and sisters who have underwent or undergone these human experiments, because that's what they do. It's all about human experimentation on our people. Straight up.
Right? So, boom, did that. There are a few other things I gotta do, but guys, we're almost there. I've been look, this whole situation threw me off. Of course, duh, it did. But not by much. Like, I got a few weeks behind. Like, the machine was supposed to be running by now. But now I say give me until next week, and we'll be running for the first time in 8 months. That's how long I've been working on these upgrades, guys, because I'm stubborn. I do way more by myself than I probably should, like putting these humongous pipes, lifting them up and stuff. But we're here and it's about to run, and that's all that matters. And I'm about to make more fuel than I ever have before. And you guys best believe I'm going to be doing demonstrations everywhere. Not just all over the country, but all over the world. You said say Apple.
Right. This thing about to go global, man. It's about to go global.
Hey, somebody tell those hackers, "He vuelto, perras. I'm back, bitches." And don't ever think I'm going to go down without a fight. But I promised you guys in my last video, I'm still working, I'm still building no matter what. And thank all of you. I am so humbled to have the whole world's support. And I want to let you guys know that when some force is fighting me, you're not just fighting an individual, you are fighting the whole world, and you are fighting the source, because this is not mine. This was bestowed upon me by the Most High.
And that's what we got to understand being in these programs, man. If you're a person who feel like you've been targeted, if you feel like you've been watched, isolated, gang stalked, put on neighborhood watch, a victim of organized mobbing, you got to understand, if you with the Most High, who can be against you, man? And that's a message that I try to really incorporate as many times as I spoke about the program, as many times as I spoke about gang stalking and organized mobbing. You got to understand that the Most High is with you. And when you're being used as a vessel to do his work, can nothing stand in your way? Nothing. And see, we got to really understand that, man. You're not alone in all of this. I don't want this to be a long live stream, but I want y'all to let me know down in the comment section what y'all think. We going into the Sabbath. I want everybody to have a peaceful evening. And this is just a little bit of food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep the young man in our prayers. And this goes to show that the generation to come, they got our best interests at heart and they can do great things, right? So all praises to the Most High. Y'all be blessed out there. More material coming. Shalom. Peace.